Greetings. My name is Sheikh Kabade. I have came from Ethiopia 3 decades ago as a refugee. When I left my socialist country behind as a 17-year-old, 2 months pregnant, walking by foot, hiding from the socialist soldiers during the day and walking by night. The fear I have experienced in that moment, I have no words to express it. But by God's grace, I made it to Kenya, into the refugee camp. 3 years and a half later, my 3-year-old son and I, we have made it to the United States. Today, many years later, I could tell you I have achieved the American dream. Because I have achieved the American dream, I was able to help hundreds of people, if it's not thousands. Today, that American dream is about to slip out of our hand. Those of us who came from a socialist country understand what socialism is. Sadly, it seems to follow us all the way here. In these few weeks left for election, and in this election, if you and I, those of us who know better, who came as an immigrant or a refugee, left socialism and war and chaos behind and have ability to live a peaceful and free life, and because we live here in that freedom, we were able to support our families back home. It could be in Africa, Asia, South and Central American, Caribbeans, Islanders, wherever we came from. We are enriching that nation because we have lived here. We are able to create jobs just by helping our own families back home. All that opportunity is about to slip away from our hand. As you know, the media and some of the politicians are glamorizing socialism, but you and I know better. I have experienced a loss of family. Just me and my baby brother have survived. We were thrown in the orphanage, and then even also, that has been ripped under our feet. In the misery and a terrible treatment that I went through, and ran away at the age of 17, raped 3 times, beaten and thrown in jail, all that just to get away from socialism. And today, when we hear in this country, socialism held as something heroic and beautiful thing, the lie that has been coming loudly, but from the few, you and I can identify to that. That's not true. There is no giving in socialism. There is no freedom in socialism. My baby brother and I are the only blood relative that I know of left. That is socialism for you. So as a people who run away from socialism and made a name for ourselves, it is a responsibility of ours to tell the truth, this nation, before November 3rd. It will be an immoral for you and I, who have came and left that horrible way of life, socialism, to sit back. And socialism, for those of you who don't know what socialism looks like, the best example is Venezuela right now. Venezuela was a very well-to-do nation. Today, after socialism took over, went backward. There's no electricity. The cities and towns and neighborhoods are very filthy. How did that happen? Socialism, it'll take away your humanity. You care about environmental issue, socialism not for you. Because in socialism, there is no keeping up. You and I, those of us are immigrants and refugees, we hold our faith and our traditions very close to our heart. In socialism, no free speech and no religion. In socialism, also a family value are not cut. As you can see right now, openly, the Democratic parties who are running for president and vice president will tell you they support abortion. Even as far as a baby can born and a mother can make a choice to kill him right away or to keep him. It doesn't matter what religion you have, you and I are not a part of that kind of culture. We value a human life. As someone who grew up in an orphanage, poor, refugee, I understand the value of life. Because I have given that opportunity to live, I was able to help hundreds of people My story has been as an exhibit in Minnesota History Center, The Value of One Life. I have helped so many immigrant and refugee inner city kids here in Minnesota. Star Tribune have written a story on me. I have gotten numerous awards for my work. I'm not saying that to tell you my important. I'm saying that to tell you the importance of life and the value of one life. Each one of us are precious in the sight of God. And each one of us, if given an opportunity, we can accomplish what I have accomplished as an orphan. So as the faith community, as the people who have a faith, whatever religion you have, we hold that very dear to our heart. If socialism took over in this nation, we're going to lose that. It is in our best interest to support Mr. Trump in this November election. I am not a politician. I'm not speaking from a political perspective. I'm speaking from my experience. And as many of you who have migrated from a socialist nation, you can identify and testify to that. So I'm encouraging every immigrant and refugee to look at our faith and family values, to look at how you and I, because we live in this free nation, able to impact our nations that we came from. By sending, it could be $100, whatever we can afford, we are able to enrich our nation, create jobs, make people's life stable. All that, if socialism took over, it would not be any longer. So you and I have a responsibility, and I'm urging you to join me, to speak up, to encourage your neighbors and your community to not go in a path of socialism. Because if America is destroyed, there's nowhere else to go. This is where it stops. And we have a responsibility.